What if you could step into the life of a kid who struck it rich in the digital underground before he was old enough to legally drink? Today's life simulation follows a 19-year-old American dropout who chases easy money through gray area online schemes and pays a price far heavier than he ever imagined. This is a work of fiction crafted as a cautionary tale. No illegal tactics are detailed, and we do not endorse or glorify underground or criminal activity. The hum of a beat-up laptop fills a cramped apartment in a working-class neighborhood. You lean back in a thrift office chair, watching payment notifications ping one after another. The final tally hits $4,800 for a single week. Your community college dropout notice sits under a half-eaten pepperoni pizza box on the desk. You're 19 years old, and you've just made your first real money running automated scripts to bulk create and resell social media accounts with fake followers. You ignore your mom's text begging you to apply for a warehouse job or go back to school. You set your brand new iPhone on the desk and smirk. You've cracked the code, you think. Normal work is for suckers. If you're smart enough, money just flows to you. You feel like a genius who's outsmarted the whole system. You toss the keys to your used sports car onto the glass coffee table, a sharp, satisfying clink. You've moved out of the rundown neighborhood and rented a luxury downtown loft for your new studio. You scroll through social media and see your old classmates posting about their minimum wage internships, pulling 60-hour weeks just to scrape by. You snort to yourself. You wake up at noon every day, and the first thing you do is check your revenue dashboard. $1,200 a day, sometimes more. You start to believe every regular job is a scam, that the whole world is a sloppy, broken system and you've found the cheat code to drain it dry. Your appetite grows as fast as your bank balance. Rules, you decide, are for people too dumb to break them. Reselling account starts to feel like chump change. Your monitor glows pale blue in the dark room, lines of code running for overseas scam platforms. Every user you drive in who makes a deposit earns you a $70 commission. You know you've crossed the line from gray to black. You watch screenshots of victims begging for their life savings back, and you feel nothing. You even laugh at how greedy and stupid they are. You tell yourself over and over, it's a dog-eat-dog world. If I don't take their money, someone else will. You crumple up your old college dropout notice and throw it in the trash. Your last shred of decency washes away in the tide of easy money. You jolt awake at 4 a.m. covered in cold sweat. You're only 21, but your hairline is already receding badly. Years of all-nighters and energy drinks have left a constant dull ache in your liver. You have hundreds of thousands of dollars sitting in your crypto wallet, but you're paranoid just walking downstairs to buy a pack of cigarettes. Every siren outside makes your chest seize up. You finally understand, fast money comes with a lifetime of fear. The unwritten rules of the underworld wrap around your throat like a noose. Your upstream partners can ghost you and steal all your funds any day. The money launderers you work with take bigger and bigger cuts. You're trapped on an island built from your own wealth. You don't dare date, you don't dare make real friends. You've become a prisoner of your own money, burning out your body and your mind a little more every day. The front door splinters open with a deafening crash. FBI agents flood in, and you're forced face down onto the floor before you can even stand up. For a split second, you feel relief, like the waiting is finally over. Cold cuffs dig into your wrists. You watch as agents yank the hard drives out of your computers, lay out your bank cards one by one on the table. A red frozen alert flashes across your banking app on the screen. You don't fight. You finally see the truth of this business for what it is. Against the full weight of federal law enforcement, all your clever tricks and hustle skills are thinner than tissue paper. This is the hammer you always knew was coming. You sit at a metal table assembling cheap plastic parts, piece by piece, 4 pennies an hour. You're no longer the kid making $1,200 a day. You're just inmate number 24,719. Prison has its own harsh rules. An older inmate, doing his second bid for wire fraud, leans over and tells you flatly, you think you're some hotshot hustler? Guys like us, we're disposable. The guys at the top use us to take the fall, then they walk away clean. You look down at your hands, calloused, cracked, raw from manual labor. It hits you all at once. You never beat the system. You were just picked to be the cheap fall guy. You traded your youth, your health, and your future for a few years of flashy cash, and now it's all gone. You're 25 when you walk out the gates, holding a thin sheet of paper, your release papers. The world outside has moved on without you. Algorithms are stricter, the internet is more policed. You try to get a normal job, warehouse work, delivery driving, retail. Every application gets rejected the second they see your felony record. Hiring managers don't even bother to look up at you before they say no. You stand on a street corner in a rundown part of town, $120 in your pocket. You've been locked out of normal society entirely. Worse, your brain is broken. Years of huge, fast payouts have wrecked your dopamine baseline. You can't stand the thought of working 12-hour shifts for $15 an hour. The gap between what you used to have and what you can have now is too big to bear. You end up back in a windowless basement apartment in the worst part of town. Cheap Ethernet cables run along the walls, and a row of beat-up old Android phone sits on the desk. You get in touch with an old contact who never got caught, and take the lowest of the low work, bulk messaging and bot management for other people's schemes. You don't wear nice clothes anymore. You don't dream about sports cars. You eat instant noodles every night, staring at lines of code, numb. You've accepted what you are. You don't fight it anymore. Then the door opens. A kid walks in, 19 years old, wearing a faded hoodie, clutching his JED certificate tight in his hand. His eyes dart around the dim room, nervous but hungry. Hungry for money, hungry to be somebody. He thinks he's going to outsmart the world, just like you did. He has no idea he's walking into a meat grinder. He has no idea where this road ends. You know. You flick ash off your cigarette, grab a cracked old budget phone from the drawer, and slide it across the table without looking up. Your job is running scripts on these phones. $2,000 a month base, plus unlimited commission. The cycle turns.